Hello and welcome to National Focus. I'm Kimani St. Coming up, government met with trade unions ahead of budget presentations on Thursday. The Agana program is taken to the Dominica State Prison, and students of the Orion Academy and Convent High School celebrate the end of their secondary school education. Stay with us for details of these and other stories after the break.
The facts as they are, brought to you every day, only on GIS Channel 7.
Welcome back. Ahead of government's 2013-2014 budget presentation, Prime Minister Honorable Skerrit, along with the Cabinet Subcommittee, met with the island's trade unions on Thursday morning. GIS News caught up with the nation's leader, who is also Minister for Finance, and asked him what the objective of the meeting was.
As you know, we will go to Parliament soon for the 2013-2014 budget, and as part of the government continued for us to consult, we are meeting with the trade unions today. At 2:30 this afternoon, we'll be meeting with the private sector representatives and also individual investors within the country. The process of consultation has been going on for quite a while now. There has been a growth forum here in Dominica, speaking about issues of growth, working with the World Bank on this matter. As a matter of fact, there were some Dominicans who went to Bahamas to present summary of the discussions held in Dominica. And we have been discussing with regards to the economic union and how can that impact on the economy of Dominica, how can that impact also on the way of life of our citizens in the country. So it is an ongoing process of consultation, and I look forward to the discussion this morning with the unions.
He explained the reason behind the meeting, comparing it to a parliament setup.
I, from one, has always respected the union's positions on matters, and I have never entered into any public fight with any union, because it's no different than being a member of parliament, where you speak on behalf of your constituency and you demand certain things. It may not be making sense at the time because you need resources to implement it, but nonetheless you have to speak about it.
The Prime Minister said he expects positive and productive feedback from these talks. Government has reiterated numerous times that the island's development is a matter for every citizen and sector of society. Prime Minister Skerrit said as much to open the meeting on Thursday.
The growth and development we desire will come if each person contributes and take on some of the responsibility. Growth and development is also not just about tax reduction or more about tax efficiency. This is why government is seeking to make tax administration easier and friendlier. Our current estimate for growth in 2013 is 1.5%. But if all contribute more, there is a good chance that we can convert this into 2.5% and set a platform for greater growth in the medium term.
In his remarks, the Prime Minister gave a peek into what his government considers priority areas for development, including increasing employment opportunities.
We are currently undertaking a labor force survey which will give us the data we need to target the programs that we are seeking to implement. The government still holds the view that if we have economic growth, then the opportunities for employment will be greater. However, the extent of growth in recent years is not enough to generate the level of employment that we wish to achieve. In our minds, and some might argue in reality, much has been done and has been achieved in creating a platform for the kind of growth that we desire, including the reforms aimed at making business easier, education aimed at creating a better labor force, health to reduce the downtime due to illness, and we can name many, many more. In education, we are also focusing on making our curriculum more appropriate to the needs of the workplace with the introduction of the CBQs.
Honorable Skerritt also noted plans to reduce the cost of energy and to develop the geothermal energy sector. Government also met with private sector representatives later that day. In other news, the 7 stars left the Orion Academy on Wednesday to enlighten the world, based on the ceremony's theme, Enlightening the World, 1 star at a time. Featured speakers at the event were Thomas Holmes, representing the Ministry of Education, Minister of State in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Honorable Alvin Bernard, and Michael Henderson Delsol as the keynote speaker. Honorable Bernard first thanked the Orion Academy on behalf of government for what he called their contribution to the educational landscape of the island. In his address, he sought to calm whatever fears of the future which the graduates may have had.
You might be wondering, where do I go next? Where do I turn? But in life, what is important is not where you really come from, but where you end up. Those emotions most likely would have been the same emotions that you've had at the beginning of Form 1. New environments, new friends, a higher intellectual and mental challenge, also emotional challenges. However, today represents another milestone into a brand new world. You are graduating, of course, at a time when, rather than walking into a job, you might have to create one. Therefore, to succeed, you must be creative.
Thomas Holmes' advice to the graduating class was that nothing comes easy in life, even for stars.
Let me assure you that whatever you decide to do in life will be challenging, especially if it is something good that you're doing. Do not expect it to come easy, because the same world that you will be enlightening may create challenges for you. You need to ask yourself the question, who am I going to challenge? Will the world allow me to challenge it? And how prepared I am to challenge or to enlighten the world.
New principal at the Orion Academy, Queen Thomas, reflected on attitudes and intelligence. She ended her address with a quote.
Remember always that the sky is big enough to hold millions of bright stars, but your attitude towards life, your demeanor, and your character is what will determine how brightly your light shines. Remember that in the darkest hours, that is when we can appreciate the beauty of each star. So when the challenges come, and they will come, let your light shine. Today, if not anything else, remember this quote by Augustine Mandio, an American author of a best-selling book, The Greatest Salesman in the World. I will love the light, for it shows me the way. Yet I will endure the darkness, because it shows me the stars.
The feature address took an unconventional format to a more conversational tone. Henderson used well-known figures as examples of inspiration.
Every star in this universe of ours shines with an intensity impossible to fathom here on Earth. Yet, there have been people who in man's history have proven themselves to be nothing less. Heroes like Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, Dr. Martin Luther King, Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, Barack Obama, we could go on and on and on. Now, do you know what distinguishes these extraordinary human beings from the rest of humankind? Any ideas? Okay, here's my theory, and tell me if you agree as well. Every one of these stars I mentioned, at some point in their lives, made a decision to be extraordinary.
Elizabeth Madiseti, Orion's math and chemistry teacher, also wanted to address her students a final time as a group.
You're going to experience a lot of disappointments. You're going to experience a lot of heartbreak, and you're even going to experience tragedy. And I know we've already experienced some of those in your young lives. These things are going to happen. But just remember, there are going to be some great times. You're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to have a lot of laughs. You're going to have surprises. Nothing will ever turn out the way you expect. But a lot of times, it'll be so much better. Just remember, appreciate what you have. Enjoy your lives. Live it to the fullest.
The most outstanding student of the year award went to Marissa Norris, who received a $1,000 donation from the People's Republic of China. The event was the Orion's 10th graduation ceremony. And the 66 students of the Convent High School said goodbye to one chapter of their lives when they graduated at the Windsor Park Stadium. Tanya Green has that report.
On Wednesday afternoon, hundreds of family and friends packed the Windsor Park Stadium to watch the 66 young ladies who met the requirements to receive their high school diploma. The Convent High School band opened the ceremony with music and then played the traditional pomp and circumstance as pairs of students walked down the aisle. The auspicious occasion was attended by Dominica's head of state, His Excellency Elud Williams, and his wife, Speaker of the House of Assembly, Honorable Alex Boyd Knights, Bishop of Roseau, His Lordship Gabriel Malzer, Education Minister, Honorable Peter St. Jean, and Acting Chief Education Officer, Dr. Jeffrey Blaise. Top academic student, valedictorian Alex Marie Roberts, who walked away with several awards, recalled memories of the Convent High as having been able to experience real-life elements. She says the notion that real life begins after secondary school should be reconsidered.
We are being told now that leaving high school is entering the real world. I disagree with that. What qualifies life after convent as being any more real than what we have just been through? I think that if the past 5 years of laughing, crying, studying, learning, growing, working hard, succeeding, and sometimes failing aren't part of the real world and real life, then someone needs to re-examine the definitions of real.
Roberts spoke true to the graduation theme, moving on, letting go, and holding on to tomorrow, a future which she told her fellow graduates should be embraced.
So though we are sad and filled with trepidation at leaving the safe walls of CHS and stepping into the vast unknown, leave we must. We cannot continue on the path of life if we refuse to lift our feet. We must leave this shore to see new horizons. We must let go. The horizon is nothing more than the limit of our sights, and the time has come to look beyond the gallery railings of the CHS, which have served as our horizon for the past 5 years, and to look beyond.
Past Convent High School student and teacher Lolita Raful, who delivered the feature address, encouraged the graduating class to believe in themselves as they continue on their journey of life.
From my perspective, there are two aspects of your life, professional and personal, both of which are developed based on your spiritual partnership with God. Throughout each day, fundamental components form part of life, and they often present challenges. These include faith, love, society, work, play, diet, money, education, and the enemy. How you deal with each aspect daily will determine your quality of life.
During the graduation ceremony, the school honored a number of students for their academic accomplishments. Jade Alexander, like valedictorian Alex Marie Roberts, walked away with numerous awards, including that for mathematics, science, physics, biology, leadership, and discipline. The Convent High School also handed out awards for school spirit, athletics, music, singing, dance, choral speech, sign language, art, and school debate. 14 top achievers at the 2012 CSEC examinations were also recognized. School Principal Josephine Dublin, in complimenting the work of the staff of the Convent High, recognized teachers of excellence, including Tishina Lloyd, Tasha Nation, and Leandra Lander. Education Minister Honorable Peter St. Jean congratulated the CHS 2013 graduating class, saying that their positive contribution to the country's development is needed.
Please be mindful that we are counting on your contribution to national development and look forward to you putting your skills and your talents to use in the interest of yourselves, your family, and your communities.
He assured the graduates that government is committed to providing the enabling environment conducive for their continued development.
Our goal at the Ministry of Education is to help the young people of Dominica acquire the knowledge and skills to lead productive lives. Most of you may choose to pursue tertiary education. With this in mind, my ministry and the government of Dominica have made significant investments at the Dominica State College, not only to improve capacity, but also to provide our students with a state-of-the-art facility which will make you proud to be students of this institution.
For those who will venture out into the workforce, the minister encouraged them to be creative and to take advantage of the facilities which are in place for small business development. His Lordship Bishop Gabriel Malzer urged the graduates to be encouraged by local examples of discipline and hard work in Dominica.
My dear graduates, I urge you to be inspired by these examples of discipline and hard work, so that the highway of your future, which is already paved with strong foundation stones, you will complete with the firm barber grain, which will facilitate the smooth ride which our country and its children need so badly today. Be of great courage, work hard, and God will do the rest.
With that said, these graduates are expressing confidence that the academic tools they now hold will assist them in achieving a promising future. For National Focus, I am Tanya Green reporting.
Since the first Information Communication Festival in 2010 and the first ICT Roadshow last year, plans have been set in motion to make the event a regular one. This year's edition of the festival, themed Empowering Citizens Embracing the Future, was officially launched in early June and is all set for July 2nd to 4th. Organizers have said that this festival is meant to help develop local human resource through information, communication, and technology. Honorable Kelva Daru, Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Information, Communication Technology, agrees. Honorable Daru stated at the launching that the festival is set to create an environment to help Dominicans keep pace with emerging global technology.
My personal goal is to ensure that ICT Fest 2013 reveals some of the trends and trigger actions from the various stakeholders towards the improvement of ICT penetration and usage in Dominica. We cannot overemphasize the fact that the development and diffusion of ICTs have become crucial to competing effectively in the global world. I therefore urge all presenters, exhibitors, and participants to explore the rich components of the ICT Fest 2013. I expect that by July 4th, we will have identified a number of innovations and opportunities for investment and continued development of our ICT sector.
To engage patrons, organizers have planned 6 competitions during the festival: an essay competition, a computer assembly race, a Know Your ICT contest, a Let's Program competition, and web search and graphic design challenges. Also planned for the 3-day affair are 2 45-minute workshops for each day on subjects of e-learning, cloud computing, and music and video production, among others. Government's ICT Festival, which takes the form of a fair with various booths and exhibitions, is this year taking on mammoth proportions with the support of corporate citizens, including Lime and Mapping. Members of the general public will have the opportunity to test their ICT knowledge in programming, web search, graphic design, and computer assembly during prize-winning competitions. Contestants will battle to win prizes of laptops, handsets, free cable and internet service, and tablets. The festival will take place at the Windsor Park Stadium. More information can be sourced from ictfest.gov.dm. The winning logo for this year's ICT Fest was created by a student of the Dominica State College, John Royer. And that's all for the English segment of the news. We apologize for not being able to bring you Creole highlights today. Coming up, our tip of the day, the health benefits of green tea.
Scary! Everything just shaking and making big creaky noises.
Earthquakes, big and small, take place in the Caribbean at least 10 times a year.
The dishes rattling and falling and breaking, then Vonnie started to scream.
All I could think to do was shout, "Get outside, get out!"
Earthquakes, hazards, take control, reduce your loss. If an earthquake hits, what can you do? Get down, get under an item of furniture like a table. Hold on and stay there until the quake passes. Find out lots more about earthquakes and other hazards at your local disaster office. A message from your National Disaster Office and SIDERA.
Studies show that green tea has numerous health benefits. Its antioxidants may interfere with the growth of bladder, breast, lung, stomach, pancreatic, and colorectal cancer. It also prevents clogging of the arteries, burns fat, counteracts oxidative stress on the brain, reduces risk of neurological disorders, reduces risk of stroke, and improves cholesterol levels. And that's all for National Focus today. We welcome your suggestions and comments. Please feel free to drop us an email at gis.gov.dm or visit our website at news.gov.dm. Friend us on Facebook and be sure to like our GIS Dominica fan page. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire news production team, I'm Kimani St. Thanks for watching.